All right, we're out here collecting chanterelles and a few black trumpets. And I want to show you, second week of June in North Carolina. This is pretty typical. It's been a little dry, actually, but this is pretty typical of early season chanterelles. You can see they're they're not super flowery. They're fairly compact. Pick this. I like to cut them to pick them, just to leave the dirt behind. But I'll show you how we know this is a chanterelle. Peach colored on top. It's solid through the stem, although it's a little buggy, and that's pretty typical. Let's get a look at these knot gills. Chanterelles don't have true gills, which means, so if I tried to scrape the gills away, true gills are a separate tissue layer underneath the cap, and you can kind of separate them away. These are more like ridges in the cap. These are false gills. And the other thing is, with these false gills, even in the ones where they are a little sharper, look more distinct, you'll still see forking of those gills. They'll kind of branch out and fork instead of just being sharp, straight gills. So this is pretty typical of an early summer chanterelle. As time goes on, it gets hotter. The chanterelles will just be happier and happier. They love it when it's in the 90s, and they get really flowery. Instead of being sort of down curved like this, they'll get to where they really look like a flower, kind of opening upward and often kind of frilly. So it'll change pretty dramatically over the season, and they'll get big and heavy too. You know, we've picked individual chanterelles that have been a quarter pound before. They can be huge. So anyway, these are a good find. These are like, I would say, sort of the premier summer mushroom that everybody kind of knows about and wants. All right, well, it's summer, it's hot. Sonny's playing in the creek while I'm picking mushrooms. But here's a really good example of a smooth chanterelle in the summer. Just so flowery. It looks like a carnation or something. So here's some good examples of these summer chanterelles. These are smooth chanterelles, and this is typical of how they get in the summer. Just really, really large and flowery. You can give you an idea how big this is. You know, this is almost as big as my hand, and when you pull it up and look, it's just really frilly and flowery. Just nice, big, gorgeous mushrooms.